lanes. I've been driving this train, years in this lane. There's no stopping this flame, cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say,
Neat.
What's up, people?
What's up? How we doing? How we doing?
What's up?
Oh, all right.
Oh, wait,
man.
wait. Everybody wait.
Waiting.
Bing.
Oh.
There it is. Oh, man.
Man, we've been waiting 2 years, man.
Yeah, right. Well,
we can wait 5 more seconds.
I knew you were a patient audience.
Charity Dunning, how are you doing? Yeah, we're still here. We just were gone for a little bit, and the old channel got nuked, so we're at. Toby, what's up, man?
What's shaking, bacon? I've been trying to get a massage for like a month, right? And it's like, because I am frugal, much like our illustrious founder Richard Hart.
You found
there is a massage. There's a massage school nearby, and basically, if you have a massage school in your neighborhood, I would highly encourage you to check it out. It's great, dude, because those students, like my fiance is a licensed massage therapist, so actually she was going to school at this particular school when I met her, and but the thing is like they have to get us like 75. Don't start, dude. You're gonna get me in trouble, Craig. I see you bite your lip. It is a profession. They are not masseuses. Don't use that word in her presence. You will get smacked. Yeah, it's a whole different thing. It is not a happy ending situation.
I wasn't
even
going
for me
there at all,
even for me it's like it's she is very professional about. But anyhow, she went to school there, and you have to do like 75 massages as a student. It's kind of a racket. Like they don't get paid, but the school gets paid, right? But it works out to like
$20-$30, right?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. It's like you can get gift certificates to where like it brings the cost down to like below $30 for an hour massage. Now, granted, they're students, so I always ask like, hey, is there somebody that's a little further along in the program? And then, because early in the program, it's like guy or girl, like I think sometimes unless they're naturally gifted with, that kind of modality, then they get nervous, and it's like they're petting a cat. And it's like, you could go harder, and it's like petting the cat. It's like, seriously, it's like, you're not hurting me. You could go harder.
I've done that when my back's out, and you get to pick of whoever's available. I always pick the biggest, strongest looking person. I want you to hurt me for an hour.
Yeah. Right. Somebody mean, please. If you can just lean into it until I yelp, Craig. It's like, I'm good.
No, you guys don't understand. It's not what you think.
It's the 14-year-old boy coming out at him. It's like,
no,
thinking all the wrong things.
No, it's a friend of mine just told me a story yesterday, and she may end up watching this stream. I don't know if she's watching live probably, but she probably might see it. And now I'm just contemplating, do I tell the story? Because nobody knows her. Nobody here knows her, so it's not like I'm going to embarrass her.
Right.
What's her name, Craig?
Her name is the girl that I know.
And her address. What's her name and address, Craig?
No. So all right, if she's listening, I'm sorry I'm telling the story. She was telling me that she was doing...
Is this the girl that you're secretly in love with that you were telling me about?
It could be one of many that I am. I doubt we seriously ever talked about this girl.
Okay, I'm teasing. Go ahead.
That really helped out the situation.
I know. Well, that's why we're here, bro.
I've never mentioned this person, any of you guys. So,
okay.
Soulmates. She was taking the class for the waxing and all that stuff.
Yeah, esthetician.
And to quote her, she wanted to start it with the hardest thing first. She's probably going to kill me for even mentioning this. So she put an ad on Craigslist for a volunteer for getting their nards waxed. And some dude comes in, volunteers, and he walks in, and all the ladies are looking at him. And she said it was like a Western where the whole town stops, where the guy comes riding in town, and the whole town stops, and all the eyes, everybody watches him go through town. And anyway, so she just told me the story. she's gonna kill me now. But the guy, apparently they didn't finish because I don't know, he couldn't finish, so he had to walk out like bow-legged or something. But as soon as you start talking about the whole massage thing and the school thing, she just told me this like yesterday, and it made me think of that. And I feel for anybody that's whatever, self-conscious or whatever, that wants to get things waxed.
I've not I had my eyebrows waxed once, but it's like I was dating an esthetician, and I'd helped her open up her own store. They did like girly items, I mean, from candles to makeup to you name it. And then she had a treatment room where you could go and get waxing and stuff done. So there was a girl that worked for her that did not like me, which I should have known. Like, maybe I don't let her put hot wax on my face. And I bled. Like, that's not something that's not supposed to happen when you get your eyebrows waxed. Plus, I luckily she didn't make me look like super metrosexual. It's like I had some pretty bushy eyebrows at the time. So it's like she just knocked them down a little, but like whatever she did, it's like I looked like I had been in a prize fight. Like I had blood like literally running into my eyes.
Did your brows
on both sides? I'm like, what the fuck? I got a little puffy after that. I had to ice and stuff, and she was of course like apologizing, but then there was also like a little bit of a smirk in her eyes, like, heh. So yeah, she's a bitch. But anyhow, good times, old memories.
Well, that's what I asked.
He went really off the rails in the first 6 minutes.
Yeah, right.
Who cares?
Yeah, people don't want to hear this. They want to talk about. They want to hear us speculate about crypto.
That's what
they want to hear about what our crystal ball says.
That's what I asked my friend though, real quick. I said, were you just trying to get some education to learn how to do something like for extra side money, like in a niche market, or do you secretly deep down want to punish people?
Right.
It's like
the Steve Martin character in Little Shop of Horrors, sadomasochistic.
I think Wookiee wants a number.
Wookiee.
That's a lot of wax, bro.
Of waxers. Yeah.
God, that reminds me. What's that 40-year-old virgin? The waxing scene.
That's her and I were talking about that yesterday. That's funny.
So funny.
Yeah.
So funny.
Kelly Clarkson. Yeah. That poor lady doing the waxing, he was just like cussing her out, like every word you'd think of. So speaking of painful, like, 1, 2, 3, pull off the wax and the pain thing. So we haven't streamed the last couple of weeks. I know I was on call. I worked the 1 week, and then the other the other weekend I was kind of working / it screwed up everything. So we've been gone a couple weeks, and we're trying to get back to streaming on Saturdays again, on the regular. There's a lot of stuff that's happened over the last few weeks while we haven't streamed. There's been a lot of FUD, been a lot of BS, a lot of infighting in the community.
That never happens.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Sorry to tell everybody. I know everyone has been waiting for us to come back to give you all the news of what's going on. No one else knows anything.
Pins and needles.
So it's just nice to know that there's still like some of us out here that regardless of what's going on, we're still fighting the good fight and still believe in what we're involved in and committed to. And these guys that are fudding their own bags, that's what I was getting to. Oh man, the stuff you see on Twitter, man, it's like, come on. It kind of shows you really who is really in and who wasn't. Like the people that were in it for the short, quick money, they're the ones that fall out first, right? The lettuce hands.
Yeah.
Lettuce hands fall out first. And
the newbies that listen to them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's almost like all the free education they've gotten over the last couple of years, they just forget it all as soon as one hiccup happens. And it's like,
yep.
Oh man.
I had my own little breakdown in Discord. I'm sick of helping people. They're just
the burnout is real, dude.
Oh my God. I can just see these people, the whole hardware wallet thing, helping them out, set that up. I could just see it in like 5-10 years when their stakes come due and they either lost their word, they can't figure it out. They're going to come back and blame me. It's like, you know what? Figure it out.
that's
Yep.
it's tough because you want to help people, you want to onboard them, but then there is a certain amount of responsibility you feel because you're helping them get into this to help them potentially, but there's always a risk. So by you being the person that brings them in, there's always that feeling that if it doesn't work out or whatever, that it was you that brought them in, right?
Right. And it's not the existing people like Charity. You're welcome. I'm happy to help her out. Happy to help people that I have seen and talked to, but these new people jumping in, you've never heard of them before. How do I set up my wallet or this, that? It's just, they're not getting it. You're taking them by the hand and walking them through it. But since you're not in person, they're not, I realize as I'm doing it for them, they're not retaining this.
Yeah, one of the hard things is it's like a blessing and a curse, right? Because it's like, I mean, you guys have been around since the early days. Brian, I know you've been around since like pretty much the same time I was, like day one, day two.
Yeah.
And back then it was like the information was sparse, right? It's like we had like RG3 out there doing it, Kinetics from the jump, or not Kinetics, he came in later, but Hexo was with him.
Yeah.
Good Good nature or good something, good temper, something, one of those good texture, that guy, and ended
The
up
guy
like
that flaked
fucking
out
himself out. And yeah. So, but I mean, there's a lot of people. There weren't a lot of people at the beginning, right? So it's like if you were trying, but even then, the streams were long form, and there was a lot of fluff around them, and still is to a large degree. Like, I mean, I love the hangout, but dude, I don't send anybody to the hangout anymore unless they just want to hang out. Like if they're going for information, that's not the place, because you have to sit through a 4-hour stream and maybe get like 15 minutes of like concrete info of like how to do what. And even like Coffee, it's like he's got some great content, but you have to go through and bookmark individual shorter streams that are to the point. Feeder's got great stuff, but there's so much now, it's almost overwhelming. So it's like, I've been kicking around the idea for a long time of doing like a Hex 101 with Toby One. I've been talking about it for 2 years, and I'm talking to the guys. Yeah, we had talked about trying to do something collectively, and then I actually talked to the guys, Grant from Highest of Stakes, and they actually have a studio that is pretty accessible to me. And I thought about, hey man, maybe I need to put a little money into like some good production quality and like go just shoot some episodes, right? And like just have that out there. Because so many of my onboards are like, man, it's like, I just wish that you had videos. And I'm like, dude, I wish I had videos, because I've said the same stuff to so many people so many times. It's, if I could just like say, here's a series of, here's my syllabus, and here it is from stem to stern, and good luck. And then, and basically like in our, my family's business, our primary business, it's like, I was like the in-house IT guy. I was like I was like VP of operations was my title, but it's like I was the guy that was procedural, right? So like anything that company did, we called it the Bible, and it was literally guides for every process, whether it was putting in an order, processing a purchase order, creating an invoice, you name it. Standard operating procedure guides, dude, for everything. Literally to the point where like I would get so crazy, like it'd be like turn the page, or click, and then click here, and then I'd have screenshots of like every single thing they'd see, and it would be so idiot proof. And I hate that term, but everybody understands that immediately. It would be so idiot proof. It's like it would be, a situation where I could basically hand them that guide, and I would never need to talk to them again. I mean, it was like that detailed, and I think that's kind of what we need.
I think with onboarding into crypto and Hex, that no matter how idiot-proof you make a video, there's always a better idiot out there. That's why I always find one-on-one.
There's always a bigger idiot out there.
better.
Oh, better idiot. Sorry.
That's why I find one-on-one onboarding is the only way to go. Yeah.
It's the only way, really. It really is the only way.
Again.
But I mean, what's going on? Yeah, I'm out of sync. I just was told I'm going to pop out and back in, guys. So see if that fixes it again. I think it might be because I'm using Skype to adjust my lighting. But I need to is it OBS or OBX?
S, like Sam.
It's like OBS. OBS. I need to just bite the bullet and learn that shit. But I'll be back. Sorry.
Using Skype
StreamYard makes it
lighting
easier. Yeah, I don't know. Something, he must have the settings of this camera or something. I don't know. I've done that before too with work. I used to teach some software, new people how to use software to open and edit and close tickets for troubleshooting or for customer service.
So you're the reason why customer service is so bad.
Them not using what I made for them is why they're so bad. So we used to use something called Remedy, which was just software that you had the tickets, you create a ticket, you can add notes to it, you can escalate it, whatever. And I took screenshots, and I had screenshots with like, I would edit the screenshot with like a circle or an arrow. And then I made this step-by-step, like, click here to log in, enter your username, enter your password, go to this, go to this. If you're wanting to do this, click this, whatever. And I made it like a whole, like a binder, so you could flip through.
And then Remedy
I had it
updated
online.
and changed everything, right?
Yes, exactly. There'd be an update, and the software company would change something, and then you'd have to go in and edit some of the steps, and then some of the steps you wouldn't catch till later that they didn't make sense anymore. But those do make things a lot easier. So yeah, if you could make something like that where it has a screenshot, this is MetaMask, this is what you sign in, this is Trezor, this is how you set up your hardware wallet, blah blah blah. You know,
I had a guy last night in Discord asking how to get your seed phrase in the Internet Money wallet. I was like, well, my guess is you hit settings and look around for it in there. Have you tried? He goes, yeah, I can't find it anywhere. So I had the wallet downloaded on my phone, never created a wallet. I just downloaded the app. So I log in, I create a wallet, I get all through the creation process. I'm in it. I hit settings, and right in front of you, seed phrase, like right there. And I just kind of like, dude.
Did you even look?
Yeah, I said, did you even look? Try and find the answers before you do. Before you ask in here.
Hey,
And,
hey Alan, what's up, bud?
I kind of snapped at him, and I backed off later. I was like, it's all right, man. Don't worry about it. I'll remember that next time I'm looking for my glasses and they're on top of my head.
Yeah, your keys, and they're in your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I said this last week or one of the videos we did here, the last couple. It's just when I was in Telegram trying to help people, and people would come in, and it's like, where have you been the last year and a half, 2 years since this all started, man? It's like you just straight up sacrificed and then left, and now you're back because it launched, and you're like, where's my money?
Yeah. Well, isn't that how it works?
No, not really. It's like, hey, everybody, no expectations of the works of others, but what have you guys done to make me money?
Yeah.
So
entitled little pricks.
Little spoiled.
Go out there, and it's funny. It's like I got to take my family. Well, we went together. I didn't like take them all, but it's like my sister, my brother-in-law, and my mom and dad who are in their 80s. Dad has been wanting to go to the Smokies forever. He's early stage dementia, so his short-term memory shit. So it's like he was forgetting where we were while we were on the trip. So I don't know how many memories it created for him, but we got a lot of good pictures. Really enjoyed himself in the moment. Mom really liked it. My sister and brother-in-law and my fiance, we all had a really good time. Actually ran into Matty Allen. He was down there on vacation in the same spot at the same time. So I wasn't able to stream with him, but we had elected to go see a dinner theater production of the Hatfields and McCoys Dinner Feud, which was almost bad enough to be good, but not quite there. But it was fun. Like, my parents enjoyed it, and I got some laughs out of it. But the point is like, being able to do those things and disconnect for a while is, I think, paramount, because it's like if you're just living on Twitter and you're on that roller coaster, or I know I'm doing TA every day, but dude, for real, it's like I spend maybe 10 minutes on my charts a day, and I just go in, update my chart, do my daily update, and I get off. I'm not watching price all the time. And another weird blessing in disguise is that my staker app went to shit, and I'm talking to Steph about it. He's working on it. It's likely because I have 19 wallets. So apparently, if you've got a lot of wallets and you update to the latest version, there's a pretty good chance that app's going to crash. So he's working on it. Told me that they're hoping to have something fixed by the end of the month. And, but that also was kind of a blessing in disguise, because it's like I couldn't even check staker if I wanted to, because it's like as soon as I opened it, it would crash. So it's like
Now that you say that, I haven't opened Staker in months and months and months.
If you're on an Android, you're fine. But if you're on and I've got both, so I mean, I have an Android as like kind of a backup phone. But yeah, on iPhone, if you've got like over 10 wallets, there's a pretty good chance you're going to crash when you do the update. So heads up on that.
See, I don't do anything on the phone at all anymore. And
well,
I never did Staker app anyway.
It's a viewer. You know what I mean? It's like I don't have actual stakes on Staker. It's like I just use it to view my MetaMask wallet. So in that regard, it's nice and it's safe because it's like, you know, it's no one has access to the actual wallets. Good rule of thumb to not actually do like stuff on your phone. I know that MetaMask is working on a way. I think they've got some ways now, but I'm not familiar with the hardware wallets that they support. But they're working on doing it with Trezor. And that's actually part of the reason I got an Android, because it is convenient to, you know, if you're traveling, so you don't have to lug your laptop around and all your Trezors and all your stuff. You know, if you need to be doing stuff while you're out of, you know, away from home. But they're working on something where you're actually going to be able to use Trezor with an Android phone. So that would be the only way I would suggest, you know, someone, you know, having MetaMask on a phone, because you're just begging for trouble.
That's just opening the door to people thinking it's okay to do crypto on your phone.
Yeah, I mean, if you're following the steps and you're using a Trezor, I mean, your phones are basically mini computers. But at this point, there's not a way that I'm comfortable with. They've got like some air-gapped hardware wallets you can use, but from what I've looked at, they're like Chinese and whatever. I don't know, man. It's like,
aha, that's where they get you. No, I'm just kidding.
Yep.
Again, like I had a guy at work that was interested in Hex last year, and he straight up does everything on his phone. He doesn't even have a laptop. He was going to buy a laptop to start doing it.
This is the guy you onboarded, right?
I onboarded him.
What was he into, SHIB or something?
He had SHIB.
Yeah.
So I got him to sell like $800 worth of Shiba Inu and go in and swap it for Hex. And that's the one where we had to use the browser inside of MetaMask in order to stake it. And he wrote all his seed phrase words down on a Wendy's napkin.
Awesome.
And I straight up told him, I'm like, come on, man. I'm like, he's like, well, I'll just take a picture of him. I'm like, no, stop. I mean, like it was like,
worse.
If we could have recorded that whole conversation, it would be like, the following is what not to do when setting up your first.
Right.
You know, it's like these are actors. Please do not try this at home. It's like,
dude, I had that.
I'll use my phone. No,
I had that talk with my latest on board for high dollars, and I got him a new laptop. He bought a new laptop, a good secure laptop just for crypto. We're setting up his MetaMask, and he's over my shoulder with his phone. Dude, what do you?
Yeah, can I take a picture? Yeah, for those listening, I think everybody that's in chat now, 16 people. Wow, 16 people. Gee.
Christian just made it in. What's up, Christian?
We appreciate all 16 watching. But if anybody were to watch this, it's new. The first rule number one with crypto is plan on the security of your crypto. First thing foremost, you don't type anything on a notepad on your computer or your phone. You don't take a picture of it and store it, because those seed phrase words are the key to access the blockchain where your crypto that you have possession of lives. And if you do not secure those seed phrase words, that's why you see people engraving them on metal pieces in case your house burns down. It sounds crazy, but there's the 12 or 24 or whatever scenario. Those words are what you can resurrect your crypto wallet with those words from scratch. If everything you own burned to the ground and melted into a giant slag puddle.
And what I do is I make them recreate their wallet on another browser with those words to show them how easy it is. And it's like, you can explain it till you're blue in the face until they do it. And that light bulb, oh, I get it now.
Hey, DB. Welcome back.
DB.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean is you got people that are going on Robinhood and buying and swapping and whatever. Yeah. And then someday they say, you know, oh, I want to move it from here to somewhere else. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm on an island. I can't none of my crypto can be moved anywhere. I can't,
Is that the case? Or no, you have to sell it and cash out and be taxed, right?
I don't think you can send. You can on ramp money to crypto on Robinhood.
Right.
But I can't send you like to Ethereum from
No,
my.
you can buy and sell, you can trade within your Robinhood app, but in order to move it away from Robinhood, you have to sell the crypto into dollars, move the dollars to your bank, and you're taxed while doing it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You're on
Yeah.
an island. You can't just
Yeah.
send it from their app to some wallet. You have to literally pull back out of all of it, put it back into actual fiat again, and then go back in through.
Right.
No thanks.
It's like you're saying, it's an island. It defeated the whole purpose of like stable coins and
Yeah,
yeah.
and people that are new and don't know much about crypto, the whole concept of it is to the freedom of you having control, being your own bank, and having control and access to your own funds that have their own value. And
Alan says
the government can't help themselves. They always have to find some way to get their pinch, to get their slice of everything you touch. It's ridiculous.
when was that, Alan? Was that early days? Maybe they changed.
I don't know if I want to talk to this guy anymore. He's using Robinhood. Alan Fizema. How dare you?
Facts.
Go back to your bubble bath, mister. Go sell a house. These realtors, man, you can't trust these guys. 2 weeks ago, Alan, you were using Robinhood. Shut up. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I was helping a friend. No, you weren't. Stop.
It was one of his clients that
Are you
left their
serious?
phone unlocked in the car.
He's serious. Okay, I don't even know anymore. I know why Alan doesn't have his own YouTube channel now, I guess. It's 30 minutes of the screen just showing this is not financial advice. And then he comes on and goes, hey, I sent my money from Robinhood to my
KD's
other
in the
wallet.
house.
The
What's up,
end.
Katie? Oh boy, Peach is gray. Says you can withdraw it from Robinhood.
KD, what's up?
Um,
Okay, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna say I don't know enough about Robinhood. I probably shouldn't have assumed whatever. I just wouldn't use it.
Not your keys, not your coins.
I got other avenues to do what I need to do. I don't need to use Robinhood, especially after that crap they pulled. What was it last year when they wouldn't let people? What was it? It was the stocks things for the GameStop or something. What was it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
When they did all
they
that
pulled
crap.
the lever to protect their hedge fund buddies on the back end.
Yeah. So as soon
Yeah.
as that happened, Toby, you got this other screen loaded up to share? Did you want to share?
Yeah, it's
it?
up to you guys whenever you want to do a little Toby 1 TA time. We can
Okay.
go over the charts real quick if you'd like.
Bring it up.
I know people seem to enjoy such things. My
Toby's TA.
colored, and it's not for tits and ass. It's for
Oh
technical
well, never mind. Then
analysis.
take it back down.
And nobody wants
Never-
to see our
no,
tits
never-
or our
never mind.
asses.
Okay.
when
Anyway,
they're
so
old.
moving on.
Facts.
I could draw some boobies on the chart.
It
you
depends on how the chart goes. They might be like grandma boobies.
Yeah,
If they're dropping
that's
a
kind of
lot.
what it's looking like. But
Yeah, don't
here's
trip on them.
right. So let me kind of give you the quick and dirty on this. Basically, we have been in this descending
she
channel for a bit now. There was another descending channel that I had been outlining for a while. Let me just recreate it. And basically, it was like kind of here, where are we going to do it like this? Something like that. And we'll change the color so you can kind of understand like what the benefit of all this is. So basically, we were in this channel
Poor Alan.
for quite a while.
Alan, I was joking, man. I'm sorry. Everybody, please forgive me. I was picking on Alan and I was just messing with him.
All right. So I don't know if you guys can see that yellow channel. If you can see, the yellow channel is a much steeper slope. So we were like bouncing off the bottom, bouncing off the top, coming down to the bottom, boom, 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 bottom, you know, and then like wick through the bottom. And then right here, things kind of started to change, right? So at that point, I start reevaluating. So I'm like, hey, yellow channel, bye-bye. There's a new channel in town, and it's hot pink. I made it green at first, but it was like hard to see with all my other greenery. So I made it pink or magenta, fuchsia, if you will, one of those. I don't know. But this one, initially I started it off as kind of like a baby channel. And I knew in the background, like this could be a bigger channel, right? Like this could actually be a
Am I not
bigger,
seeing your mouse?
fatter channel. Okay, so right there now I've made like this yellow channel. Are you not seeing any of the updates on here?
No.
What the hell? That's really weird. Oh, has anything changed on the screen at all since I've been talking?
I don't think so.
Great.
I wonder why that is.
So use your imagination. Oh wait,
No,
there we go.
there
Now
we
it's going. Thanks, Craig. All right.
I didn't do anything.
Whatever, dude. It's your fault. You're in control. Damn it. Gatekeeping this alpha.
Here.
So all right, here we
Let
go.
your screen
Okay.
have
So,
the whole chant.
all right. So here,
whole
see this
screen.
little thing wiggling around? That is the channel that we had been in for a while. Are we moving? Is it moving? I don't see it moving.
It shouldn't be Toby's TA. It should be Crypto Karen's TA. God.
Yeah, right. Sheesh.
Send
Yeah,
a
I
letter
don't know.
to my manager.
This is garbage. Like, why is it not like real time updating? Do you want? Let me pop another window open and do
'Cause
that.
if
So I'm
you're
going to
moving
kill
your
this one. Let's go back to talking about other shit for a minute. I'm going to stop that screen share.
If you're moving your mouse cursor too, I couldn't see the mouse cursor.
Yeah, there's nothing. So I'm gonna get this going on a different browser, and then we can try again. Try again.
Cool.
So don't mind me. Speak amongst yourselves, everyone.
I'll just keep playing with these settings and see.
And
Hey.
this maybe will be a little better. Stay on page. Close. Minimize. Maximize. All right, let me try to share this one. This is a different browser. Okay. God, this is so fucking janky. All right.
Oopsie.
Share screen. Share screen. Share screen. That looks like it. Yeah, I think this is it.
Did you
All right.
click the
cool.
there? Okay, there it is.
All right. Now
Oopsie.
we're kicking. All right. You can see some movement. All right.
Yes,
So I
yes.
don't know what's going on there. All right. So basically, kind of not to backtrack too much, but we were in this smaller channel, like this yellow channel that I'm moving around. This was kind of the channel that I was watching after the slope changed, and we were like a little more shallow. Like it wasn't so steep. Like this is kind of what the channel was previously. We were kind of watching this guy like that, if you guys can see what I'm talking about. So that was kind of the slope of the channel previously. Let me just kind of hide this one so it's like less in our face. So we had this channel going on, and this is basically as we were going downtown. If we were going downtown, then basically what was happening was we no longer were working our way all the way to the bottom of the channel. So that led me to believe like, hey, there's a change in the pattern, and it looks like we're rounding out this bottom. So is there a new pattern, emerging? And to my delight, there was this pattern emerging, and that is now the hot pink, fuchsia, magenta one, whatever you want to call it. So initially, this pattern was little smaller. It was just this little kind of baby channel down here. And then I saw that as it started to break out, there was some points up here that were kind of out of play, right? Because it didn't make sense before we made this up move for that channel to be all the way up top here. But now, I had this kind of in the background. I wasn't sharing that with people yet because it's like, I didn't know if it was going to play out. However, I expanded the channel out. You've got the green dash line, which is like the midline. Then we've got these yellow dash lines, which are like quarter line marks. And then essentially we bounced along the bottom, like we, hit the top, bounced along the bottom, wicked below, bounced along the bottom, worked our way to the midline, back to the bottom of this channel, wicked below it, right to it, there, and then boom. So this was on Thursday. We started to move off of that with some conviction, moved through the midline, and then basically the top of that channel was right at a penny. So that's kind of what I was calling for. Like if we break the midline, look for a test of the penny. And what's really encouraging, and let me see if I can zoom in here so you can see it a little better, is that we actually wicked right up to that white line. And you guys might be like, well, what's the white line, Toby? Tell us. The white line is this the one? Or is it this one? I think it might be this one. Yeah. So this big bad boy shows you what the white line's about, right? So this is effectively this giant yellow or giant white bull flag or pennant that's been going on since the drop from Big Payday all the way to the all-time high. And then we worked our way up, bounced along the top, came down here, hit the bottom, tried to work our way back to the top, failed, came to the bottom. This is January where we had our local lows. Had a run from January up to 12 cents in March. Came back down, tried to stay above this because typically, just like other patterns, you know, when you break them, there's a measured move. So if you've got a parallel channel, it's usually going to move the height of the channel. With a bull pennant, it moves the height of the flagpole. So we had this flagpole here, and I'm like, yeah, it's like if this is our breakout right here, and we retested, the measured move of that takes us to $12. Now, I know that sounds insane, but these patterns play out in crypto and stock market stuff all the time. So I'm like, if this is a real breakout, then this could take months to develop, but that's the target, right? So we failed. We came back to the top of the triangle and dipped back through. You can see here we've got the big, this big red candle right there. That was like the day that we launched. And if anybody can see that, let me see if I can get it any larger. So we had this big dump-ola right here. I call that the Buck Fiat candle because that's where he publicly admitted that he had dumped a bunch. So we wicked way down, came back up, tried to get back above the channel or above the top line of the bull pennant, broke down, and then we ended up below it, right? So that was a little discouraging. The FUD was coming at us from every angle, and it was pretty rough for a bit. But now, as you can see, this is that dip below that white line. We're coming back up to test that white line. So we wicked up almost right to it. Why is this not showing it? Is that it? That's it. That's it. I think this is this one.
Oh, sorry. That wasn't a yawn intended.
It's all right, good. I know that, like, there's people that love this shit, and there's people like, what?
No, I didn't mean
it's
to.
like,
I really didn't mean to yawn out loud.
It's all good. It's all good. So yeah, so basically what was encouraging about this is that, you know, we wicked up and basically we broke the top of this the purple channel that we were in and got up. What did we peak out at? About 1.2 cents. And then we're back down. So now we're kind of hovering around that quarter line, which is also a horizontal support right at a penny. And that's kind of where we're hanging out. So typically what happens is things kind of test a lower level, then they will continue down that path. So the converse is true. We tested this higher level. So usually it'll regroup, retrace a bit, and then it'll go, you know, give it another go. So as I was saying with the bull pennant, you know, the height of a move is the length of the flagpole. With a parallel channel, it is the height of the channel itself. So you can see here that this channel is about that fat. And if we break out, let's say tomorrow, we make an attempt again and make a full breakout. Curiously enough, that takes us to another horizontal support and resistance zone at 2.2 cents.
So something, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm just going to throw this in there too, because, you know, there last couple of weeks, had been a lot of, shouldn't even say the last couple of weeks, practically since Pulse launch. There's been a lot of drama about the whole EHEX, PHEX thing, right? Let's just say hypothetically, like the Richard Hart, the movie thing.
Hypotheticals. Here
the
we
documentary
go.
thing. So getting more people's eyes on Richard Hart products, projects, whatever you want to call them. Hex, EHEX, Pulse, Pulse Chain, whatever. when something like that comes out, and who knows how many potential millions more people can see hex, right? It makes sense to me that the average Joe to watch something like that documentary may go on, maybe they've delved in a little bit in crypto and find eHex and think this is what they talked about in that show and this is what I want to buy, right? They
Yes.
may not understand the difference between Ethereum network, Pulse Chain network, eHex, pHex, PLS, PLSX, all that stuff. But their easiest low-hanging fruit for them to find to be a part of this whole community, Richard Hart thing, is this right here, right? So people that want to act like it's not worth messing with anymore are going to have, I think, a rude awakening whenever that documentary comes out, because people, that's the low-hanging fruit. That's going to be the easiest thing for people to find and buy before crossing over to get onto Pulse Chain or Bridge and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Well, it's just
totally.
It's just like back in the day when Bitcoin Cash forked. There was a lot of FOMO going on, and people were buying that thinking they were getting Bitcoin.
Don't mind me. I'm gonna check out
okay.
Deck Screener and see if we can maybe futz around with some charting of pHex or even Pulse live if you guys are into it. And I mean, this is totally something I can just do like while you guys are talking.
Yep.
So,
well, I'll be listening. We'll be on camera for just a minute, but I'll be able to hear you.
Yep.
So and Brian and Brian wrote a song he wanted to sing for you, so he'll do that while.
Yeah, please.
Actually, you wrote it. That whole TA session, all I was hearing was stake long, stake long, stake long.
Right. Let's get off that 15-minute crack cocaine candle. So this is part of the reason I don't do a lot of TA yet, because there's just not a lot of history. I mean, heck, we've not even been out for what, a month?
Well, you do about
not even
10 minutes more a day than I do.
Yeah. So on Deck Screener, it's like, I mean, this is showing just since June 1st. So it's like we've got like barely 2 weeks of data. So it's really difficult to pick like support and resistance levels. Something that pops out to me immediately is like where you can see where we had that initial dip here on June 1st. And then we wicked right back up to that at about the 1.5 cent mark. So, that's where previous support has now become resistance. So, that might be an area to watch to see if we push back through. And then the next target above that would be about 1.867. And then if we wick all the way to the all-time high here, we're at about almost 2 cents. So, it's I just don't love doing charting on stuff with limited history because you don't have a lot to work with yet.
Yeah. No,
so let's see if we can do
I
some
still
Pulse
think it's the
stuff.
wild, wild west on Pulse side.
Oh yeah, bro.
Very happy sitting on.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Hands. It's just me. It's everybody out. This is awesome. All right, what do you guys want to talk about? Anybody want to jump in? Just posted the link in the chat. I rugged both of them. That's what happened, Craig. Very good, Alan. Thank you for the warning. Good heads up.
This is not my day, bro.
Hi.
This is just not my day. I'm glad we don't have hundreds of people watching because this is.
I picked up some. What do you running a Norton search engine?
Yeah, I've got Norton antivirus on this particular computer.
Yeah.
So
I haven't used Norton in decades.
Yeah, we use their enterprise solutions for our businesses and had good luck with it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let's try it out on this PC and see, what I think of it. And, I mean, for what I use this particular computer for, it's been sufficient. So, Let's see where I can go here.
I tend to agree with Hex Hodl, but for enterprise solutions, it's different.
Yeah.
Wow. It does make everything slower. Could that be? Have you tried?
Well, that's just on Google Chrome because it's like I'm actually on through StreamYard. I'm on Firefox. It's typically what I use, and then for whatever reason, Firefox was not playing nicely with trying to
I never got
to share.
I never got Firefox working good with StreamYard. That's the only thing I use Chrome for is StreamYard.
Yep. So it works okay with everything else, but it's like when I'm trying to do the screen shares lately, it is a bitch.
Yeah.
So I had to pop open so I've got that Norton Safe Search shit on Chrome, which I would never use for anything else really. But yeah, I was playing around with Deck Screener to see if I could get the pulse tokens up to kind of do some real time fuckery.
Netscape, huh, Alan? That's taking you back.
That's way back.
Yeah.
That's the way back machine.
Yeah. Remember Dogpile?
Dogpile. God, that's way back machine.
Yeah. That was before Google.
Yeah. What is the link to just all the pulse chain stuff? Is it like Deck Screener or something? It's not just slash pulse chain, is it?
What are you looking for?
The Deck Screener .com/pulse chain. Maybe that's it. Nope. What the fuck? I can't remember the link that just takes you.
Deckscreener.com/pulse chain.
Okay.
That's it. Got it.
Dogs are happy. They have water now, and they have ice in their water. They're happy.
Animal abuse.
I swear, I walk past the bowl, it's full. An hour later, it's empty.
Now they're pissed. They're like, we got to wait for the ice to melt before we can drink it. Thanks, Craig.
No, put ice in the water. They like it. They chew on the ice cubes.
Yeah, I miss XP too, Alan.
Windows XP is a good one.
I was using Brave browser for a while, and I liked it, and then it just quit supporting everything. I had to stop using it.
What?
Yeah.
What did it stop supporting?
Trezor.
Use the web.
Anyway. Huh?
It wouldn't work with the Trezor web suite?
It was making me have to update a bunch of stuff, and I didn't trust all of a sudden all the stuff it was wanting me to go in and redo and change. So I just
What, the bridge?
Huh?
The Trezor bridge?
The Trezor hardware, all of it. The Trezor app, desktop app, the whole thing. It was wanting all that stuff changed and updated, and I didn't want to go down that path in case it was something fishy. So I'm just not using it.
There we go.
Anywho, so is anybody doing any TA stuff on Pulse or PLS? Is there even enough data to even do a TA on it yet? It's only been out for 35 days.
The history is so short. It's difficult to really. I mean, you can look at other stuff. I mean, you can look at RSI and other things to kind of get indications. Like the RSI was just like screaming, like buy, like crazily on my trading view on eHex over the last week or so. So I deployed like pretty much all of my dry powder. I've got more inbound, but now I'm having problems with Coinbase where they've restricted my sending. So it's like I can send them money, but then I can't send it except back to my own bank. It's like I can't send it to any of my MetaMask wallets or to anyone else for that matter. So I'm a little aggravated with them right now. So I've got a Gemini account, and then I was going to look into OX Coast, which apparently is live now. So apparently they've got their fiat on ramp working on Ethereum. So I think I might give them a try come Monday to see about wiring to them to do my stuff, or I might just use Gemini. I don't know, but man, it's like I'm just going to be so happy. I know like RG's like pretty much, he's like CEX free, SEX free, whatever you want to call it, CEX, central exchange free. Like he's not messing with any of them anymore. So I got to talk to him about like what his entrance and exit of choice is. Coinbase has kind of been my standby for ever since I got
I hate Coinbase, but I do use it to on-ramp.
Yeah.
Me too.
Where the
so right now they're holding like $1,000 hostage. So it's pretty aggravating.
Toby, I think I told you this when I talked to you before, but I'm so used to buying ETH on Coinbase to swap it for Hex that when I wanted to bridge USDC, I screwed up and I bought ETH, and then I had to convert it to USDC to bridge.
Oh, so you
So
wanted
I
to pay
got
some
hit
extra
with
gas, huh?
Yeah, well, I got hit with the charge for converting because if you buy USDC off Coinbase, it's one for one. Like there's no fee,
Right.
and then you just pay the gas fee to move it. And I don't know what I was thinking. I bought what I bought in ETH, and then I had to convert it to USDC and then bridge it over, and then use it to get more pulse.
Yep.
So I took a hit. I probably lost, I don't know, 20, 25 bucks by doing that. Whoops. Sandy Beach, what's going on? Sandy Gang in the house. Man. And that's the other thing that's interesting with these live streams. You know, I don't know. I know our channel was gone. We haven't been streaming every week, so I can't really say. But, I mean, it felt like we used to have a consistent, like, 50, 60, 70 people for each live stream and then multiple views. But we haven't, except for Toby, we haven't had any guests on. Well, we had a couple
That's
people
your problem. There's your problem right there.
Well, and then I think about it and I'm like, you know what? If what we're talking about is not listen worthy, I don't know. I'm going to shut up.
So
But
you're going to bend the knee and talk about what's listen worthy?
That's no fun.
I want to talk about whatever we want to talk about. That's why we created our own channel. Because if I
Right.
want to hear what these other people have to say, I'll just go sit in their chat, in their stream, and talk and listen. But Hexiest is supposed to be coming on. I think he had to pick up his car or something at the dealership. And Hexray, he said something about Hexray coming.
Right?
I don't know if Hexray's with him or what, but he may come on with him. So if you guys stick around or if you come back later or whatever,
he's coming on tonight?
Hexiest Man. Yeah, Hexiest
Oh,
Man
cool.
and Hexray should be, I think, are coming on here in a little bit.
DJ
Nice.
Cryptomatic in the house.
What's up, DJ?
Hey,
Sorry
DJ.
I missed you guys Thursday. I was wiped out. Papa kept me on the phone too late the night before, and I didn't wake up. So I was supposed to come on and do my little Toby One TA segment on What the Hex Thursday morning, and I missed out. But then I got to stream with Westcott and ATX Crypto, which was super fun, and I highly recommend anybody go check that stream out. We hit some alpha points on that, and I was in rare form ranting about the EHEX PHEX bullshit. And I mean, generally speaking, it's like if someone's really leaning in one direction, sorry DJ, my apologies, bro, I owe you one. But if anybody's leaning really hard in one direction, it's like that should be a red flag that maybe they got a dog in the fight, right? Maybe they're misinformed or underinformed and just emotional and saying EHEX is dying. You know, like that Furu kid that I got into a little beef with on Twitter because he's just a dipshit, and I could bear no more. I'd suffered enough foolishness with him. But yeah, it's like, people, they could have a dog in the fight. Maybe they got reasons for you to sell your EHEX bags because maybe they're waiting to buy them up because they know that the big disparity in price is not going to be forever. And if you really think it through, I mean, if you look at Vitalik's roadmap, and I think Access Alive I saw a little clip of his stream with Corey Costa the other day, and I love that guy to death. He's like, met him in person, super solid, like real people, right?
Axis?
And yeah, he's great. Yep. Really good info and just a really genuinely good person. And but anyhow, he was talking about the same thing. It's like, that with the Ethereum roadmap, it's like the goal is to like get the fees down to like 1/8 of what they are. Well, Pulse is a copy of that particular blockchain, right? So it's like all we got to do is roll out that same update, and then the Pulse fees would come down as well. And then it's really less of an issue. And if Hex contract is the same on both chains, what do you think is going to happen with the price? Because the primary argument is that gas fees were killing EHEX. Well, if the gas fees aren't going to always be that major of an issue, and even for like larger stakers, they're not an issue now. I mean, if you've got big enough bags, and then and then the other piece, like I was saying when everybody was trying to like pick a side and like be all divisive about like which hex needs to survive. The staking behavior's changed, right? So Crispy and I talked about this, and it's not a huge difference, but your hex per t-shirt per day payout is a bit higher on Ethereum chain. So that might not make that big of a difference if it's a smaller or shorter stake, but if it's a bigger or longer stake, it's substantial, and your yield will be significantly higher over time, and that will more than offset what your gas penalty or gas fees are, right? Comparative to trying to do it on Pulse Chain, and it's at a discount. So I mean, the way that I was deploying my dry powder is like I bought a little bit of everything. Like I've got validators running, so it's like I've got Pulse coming in, so I didn't buy any Pulse. But Pulse X was, to me, still at a great discount. eHex was at a phenomenal discount, and even pHex, I think, is undervalued. So I deployed accordingly with my dry powder over the last week to 10 days, and I got more dry powder coming in, but I got to figure out what on-ramp I'm going to use because I just told you about
I just have
Coinbase.
to say this because this kind of topic we've been dealing with a lot since the last bear market. The last bull market, right? When the bear market's here, everything goes down. Bitcoin's down, Ethereum's down.
Right.
Name a coin, it's down unless it's a rug pull or a scam or some crap. When times are good and people are scrambling to try to catch an uptrending pump on a token, you're buying on the way up. You're buying, trying to hope you get some as it's getting more expensive so that it's worth something at the top, right? And anybody that misses out on a pump always wish they would have known or could have got in sooner or could have got it at a better price, or I wish I could have got it a month sooner. I could have got twice as much, or whatever their statement is. And we are literally watching Pulse and Pulse X lower than SAC value. All these people that talked about, oh, I missed out on Pulse, I got in on Pulse X, or I missed out on both. How do I buy it? This is when you want to buy it. It's literally less than, I think it's still less than SAC value now.
Right.
So if you missed out on the SAC, you would be doing better than those of us that SAC'd. You're getting a better price. Get it now. This is when you want to get it. This is like when Hex came out and it was 0.0000545 cents a piece or something like that. Yeah. These guys you hear talk about having millions of Hex.
Day 33,
millions
bro.
And millions. Huh?
Yeah.
Day 33.
Yeah.
Day 33
big
after
payout,
launch. It's like
all that. These people you hear talking about all this stuff, that's what they did when it was low. They bought it.
Yep.
And it got to 51 or 53 cents. Hex did, right?
Yep.
All-time high.
There's your 10,000 X.
Like that.
Yeah, there's your 10,000 X from all-time low. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I'm not saying like sell your kids on eBay to buy Hex unless you don't like your kids. Then, I mean, I can't tell you. No, not financial advice. Sell your kids. No, I'm just saying, you want to have a yard sale. You want to sell that extra motorcycle in the garage that hasn't been ridden for 12 years, whatever. This maybe is a good time to do it.
Yeah,
a couple $100 right now could be thousands of dollars in 2 years.
Yep.
This is where we talk about all the new people coming in thinking they're going to get mad gains overnight. People coming in learning about Hex and stuff, and just they set up their MetaMask and they stake for 3 months. I'm like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They're afraid. They're dipping their toe in the pool, and then they're sitting down on the edge of the pool and kicking their little feetsies in the water.
Well, and these are the same people. Like if they get in a stake and they get in, and the price of Hex drops, like 25%, and they're already staked. They're like, how does that affect my stake? I'm like, it doesn't at all until the day it ends. That's the only time you're worried about it. You have your T-share or partial T-share, and you're still accumulating Hex every day in that stake. You still can't
time the bottom and the top, because I took a decent chunk of Hex and I staked it for 6 months. In hindsight now, I should have just staked it out for 10 years or something.
Right.
Because when 6 months came around, as I got closer, and it was worth quite a bit more than it was when I got it, because I got it on some nice dips, right? A week and a half before the stake ended, Pulse launched. So now that hex, that the stake has ended, and I've restaked it. At the end of the day, I just restaked it anyway.
You said the stake ended a week before the launch?
Yes. No, a week after the launch.
That's all right.
But had I wanted to sell that hex to use that money for something, had it ended a week before launch, I would have probably tripled my money or whatever, right? Remember what hex got back up to, like, I don't know, 8 cents or 12 cents before launch when Richard announced was going to be within a couple days. Remember?
Yeah, that's actually a perfect example of the analysis paralysis thing, where it gets people, you're looking backward of the woulda, coulda, shouldas. And, that's primarily the reason I even do the TA stuff that I do, is to kind of give people an idea of the benefits of DCA, right? And then that way, if you have like an informed DCA to utilize, then you can pick more effective entries, because I mean, if you want to DCA every day, if your bags are big enough, and then the gas isn't going to be a significant percentage of what you're trying to do by doing that, sure, that's definitely a way to do it. But if you can pick the individual, support areas that we're likely to bounce from, then you're getting all the little bottoms along the way, right? So somebody's laughing about something. But
I'm laughing because I thought DB was DB from Discord. DB Cooper.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh,
and now I know who DB is.
I
thought I'm an idiot.
That's what I thought it was too.
I'm sorry. So now all the comments that DB's been having in chat, I just realized.
Is DB the friend that you were talking about earlier in the stream?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
The Wendy's napkin guy?
No. That was actually, he's been in chat before. He's come in chat.
Okay, right.
It's on the old channel, but yes. Hi, DB. How are you? How's it going? Didn't even if it wasn't for DB Cooper that comes in, the soccer ball head comment is what.
It's someone that knows you.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Hey, my dog's freaking out. Hang on.
But I thought it was DB Cooper,
DB
and then she said, "Do your show topless," and then I thought, "Oh, okay, this DB's being funny," and now it makes more sense. It all makes more sense now. Okay. Thank you, DB. Okay. Anyways, I don't even know what I was saying now. Okay. So my point is that a lot of people that think they missed out, you're not too late. You're right on time. If anything, you're actually in a better situation than people that have been sitting here for 2 years waiting on this, because you can actually get more for the bang for your buck now.
And I got people, I'm a big fan of the hexcalc.net, and I watch Superman all the time on a Hex Token channel. Like the price of a T-share. What's wrong?
No, I'm just still. I just still can't believe I missed some of those comments in chat that it should have.
I gotta know who this DB is. Anyway,
she's crafty. Let's just put it that way.
They're all crafty. But they go on the HexCalc and they see the T-share price of right now $277.68, and I tell them that's accurate but misleading. That's only if you did a 1-day stake. And I bring it up every day in the Discord. Like right now, you can get a T-share for under $100. 9,260 hex staked for 10 years gives you one T-share, and current prices, that's $92.60.
I'm sorry. We only have 17 people in chat, and it's still out of control right now. Now Wookie wants us to go topless now too. This is thanks, DB. Look what you started. Yeah, it's like Crane.
Sure, you're not, Sandy.
Sandy's in on everything. Sandy's got moon bags in every sacrifice that happened for the last 2 years. She don't miss nothing. Yeah, we were talking about the waxing earlier, and Wookie definitely. Hey, KD, maybe you can help Wookie out with the waxing thing.
Yeah, I found something kind of cool. If you guys want to look at
Please.
share that screen. I'm trying to stay focused, man. It's like I got a little bit of ADD in this brain of mine.
No,
so
you're
it's like
fine. I
any
just got
distraction.
caught off.
I'm like,
I got caught off
It's
guard,
like-
and it
okay.
put me in a tailspin there for a minute. I'm sorry.
Okay, so it looks. Man, what the fuck? Okay, it's doing it again. That's not my screen. It is my screen, but that's like my screen from like 10 minutes ago. So kill that and let me reshare it.
Yeah,
I
the
don't know what the
Norton's
problem
working
is.
great.
Yeah, right. That fucking maybe that's what's doing it over there on that Chrome browser. At least that's the only way I can share it all right now. It's like I'll get this worked out. Let's try this one more time. All right. See if that pops it up. Maybe it's a fresh take on it. But anyhow, I was looking at the Pulse X chart. So it was interesting to like go back and look at the patterns that are kind of apparent currently and from the launch. And if this can get
Bring it up on your phone and hold your phone in front of the
yeah,
camera.
no shit. That'll definitely work. That'll definitely work. So stop sharing, start sharing, share screen, do that one. Yeah, no shit. I've got 2 monitors, you piece of shit. All right. All right, let's try that. There we go. Let's try that one. See if that looks to be working. Pull that one up, Craig, if you don't mind.
Don't eat that, dog. Don't eat that. I done pulled it up.
All right, cool. So if you look here, I've found this ascending yellow channel that was the launch of PulseX, right? So as we worked our way up that, the height of that channel, when we broke out of it, curiously enough, it took us right down here to the range that we're in now, right? So that kind of shows you like, you know, the expected distance something's going to drop or rise out of a particular pattern. So then if you look over here, we'll go ahead and switch it to the daily on that blue pattern that we're currently in. You know, we're looking like we're kind of right in the middle of it. We're trying to break the midline and use that as support now, and then work our way back up to the top of that channel. So if that continues, it looks like we got some rejection there. But if we were to continue with some bullish news or just sentiment change, then PulseX price is going to get back up to, what is that, like 4053 is the top of that channel. And that's about how much of a move from here? We're looking at about a 30% move from here. So we'll see how that plays out over the next few days, and if this channel continues to materialize. Typically, it's like I like to see body candle closes hitting multiple spots. So it's like we kind of maybe, if we futz around with it a little, we're kind of close to getting 3 touches on the top and the bottom here, maybe. So yeah, I don't have a ton of confidence in this channel, but it's not bad. And, you know, and that gives us kind of a target at around the 4 zeros and a 5, which is about 25% move from where we are now. So, you know, something to, you know, keep the nerds entertained if you're just curious, like where we're headed and not just like throwing a dart.
Can you point to where SAC value is?
It's over there.
The 1 to 10,000.
Yeah. So SAC value is up here.
Okay. So
It's
if
about
you're
that range.
looking
We'll
at
just throw a
where
horizontal on that. So yeah, SAC value, if what we're using as SAC value is the 10,000 per dollar number, then that's like there.
Okay,
That's
so
that horizontal up there.
everything below that line, that horizontal line,
Is a discount.
including right now, you are
Yes.
literally getting it for less than the people that were in on day one
Well, let's be precise, because the thing is if you're in on day one because of the bonding curve,
Some people
and
got it
also
better.
because of volume bonus multipliers, there are people in the upper tiers of that scenario where they're in early and in big, where their cost base is probably about where we are now. So that also is an indication of why we're maybe finding support here, right? Because it doesn't seem to me like people with big bags that sacrifice would want to sell at a loss after almost 2 years.
Right.
So it got pushed down there. Those people are either defending the price or the sell pressure just kind of dried up, right?
So that's even a better argument is right now you could get it for what the whales were getting it for with all their added bonuses and
bingo
placements in the sack list, the people that sack the most, et cetera.
Right. And that's why it was number 2 on my shopping list, because I thought, EHEX was horribly undervalued. And I thought Pulse X was also terribly undervalued. Since
X-Ray. What's up, man?
Hey, there he is. What's up, man?
Hey, kids. It's X-Ray Vision. How the hell are you guys doing? It's great to see Toby won, and it is now, and of course, Craig. I mean,
soccer ball
long
head.
time. It's been too long.
Soccer ball head is my new nickname.
Soccer ball head.
We're just gonna call him FIFA for short.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's call him Header.
I just got a haircut today too, so it's even more
Nice.
soccer ball headish. Look at this guy.
Good to see you, X-Ray. How's it going? What's new?
My man, what's happening, dudes?
What's up, bro?
What's
Good to be on stream with you.
happening?
When it rains, it pours.
We got
Nice.
Toby 1 in the building too, and Craig and Brian, man, my brothers.
What's going on?
What's happening? And of course, X-Ray. X-Ray and I, we spent a lot of time together in the last, a couple months. We were in New York and then just Vegas a couple weekends ago. So what's up, Max?
Sweet.
I'm
Sorry,
just
guys,
glad
didn't mean to interrupt.
to be back on here. It feels a little weird, like been gone for a bit, but
Good. It's not just me.
yeah.
So hey,
Dude, I'm so glad to have Toby on here too, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's good to be on with you, man. I don't know that we've streamed together before, but
I don't think we have, bro. We've
interacted
tweeted
with you
in
on
spaces
Twitter.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Good to be on screen with you for sure. But has Matty announced his meetup yet? Is that something I shouldn't talk about?
Too late. When is it?
So Matty's he's been talking about
go
doing
ahead.
a meetup in Austin later this summer.
Oh,
So
I heard about that,
yeah, so he and I were talking when I ran into him in Gatlinburg, and the idea is that he's trying to go for the Guinness Book of World Records for the longest continuous live stream. So
Oh, shit.
48 hours would do it. But the thing is like on this last conference he did, the online conference, like when he was in Miami, maybe a month or so ago, I was actually on when Briz accidentally killed the stream. Oh. So we were like hour 30. And Briz, like, because like if you have control, like you can either leave the chat or you can end it, right? Or leave the stream or end it.
Wasn't he doing that in 12-hour increments?
No. He was breaking it up with new links for 10-hour. So just it was more digestible, but it was a continuous stream. So somehow he was doing that. But we were on like hour 30, and it was so funny because Briz was leaving, and then like you literally see him like reach forward, and then all of a sudden his face is like, he does that, and then he's gone, and then Maddie's like, oh shit, we're not live, and like, oh no, and it was like me and Maddie and I think Hex Tangent and I can't remember who else. So like we started it over, and then the extra shit part was like Richard had just tweeted the link. So it was like, that link doesn't work anymore. So it's like we're blowing Richard up, like, please retweet the new link to the fucking next 10
he's
hours.
like, I'm not retweeting. You guys mistake.
Right. Dummies.
I'm
That's what you
surprised
get, you dummies.
48 hours is the longest live stream.
Apparently. So basically, he's going to be going for that. And like one of the ideas we were kicking around was like, how cool would it be for people that can't come to Austin to like organize a communal effort to have meetups around the country on the same weekend, and then you can go like, hey, live from Columbus, Ohio, there's Craig, Gen Hex, or live from LA is whoever, live from Miami is Kareem, and then he can bounce around all those people during that 48-hour live stream, and then people are like together, but not together. You know what I mean? So it's like, so he's kind of kicking that idea around. We were talking about it. So that might be something that's coming sometime, I think in August. as he was talking about doing that. But I thought that that would be kind of cool because it's like I've wanted to do like an Ohio meetup for a minute. And I went like when the Pulse Chain tour was going through, I think I went to like Cleveland or something and hung out with some guys up there for a minute. And that was super fun. And it's not as, you know, and if it's local to you, it's not like you're trying to book a flight to Vegas and like get a hotel and all this other stuff. So it's like if we do it across the country in like 30 different cities or something, then it would be super cool to just have these pockets of people all over that are kind of participating in the Guinness Book of World Records thing. And then you can have like people, multiple people that are streaming it and multiple people that are videotaping like the meetups and having a good time and like celebrating like what this whole thing's about, which is like DeFi and sovereignty and, you know, like getting away from the fiat system and like, you know, the whole libertarian aspect of, you know, what crypto ought to be, right? So
Correct.
So keep your eyes peeled. I'm not sure what parts of the country you guys are in, but I'm sure Maddie will have a list of cities that he's wanting to do this thing. And
if we have
and
something
we'll
here,
get that
I need all my Ohio peeps to help me out, so we, you know, don't have like 3 people show up.
I feel like Columbus would be like a reasonable spot, or Cincinnati, or Cleveland. I mean, Cleveland's like, I don't know. Not a big
Columbus is right in literally in the middle.
Literally the middle.
State. Yeah,
it's the capital. Yeah, and there's good restaurants and stuff around. So if people want to go eat or whatever, or just like
when are you guys? When are you guys hoping to have this?
I think he's wanting to do like the beginning of August, but I'm not sure if he's got the date set yet. But he's going to be doing his in Austin, and then that's for like people that want to go, right? Like physically be in Austin for his deal. But you know, not everybody can make that trip, so it's like that way you can kind of, you know, it's kind of like when he was in Miami. It's like I couldn't go. I had some family stuff, so I hopped in and I did like an 8-hour segment on the live stream with Hex Tangent. And it was super cool, you know, so it's like I was able to participate even though I wasn't able to physically be in Miami. So
I'm surprised that 48 hours really is the record, especially if the criteria are that you can swap between people. Like, I wonder if Maddie has to participate the entire time for it to count.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I know that you have to have a representative from Guinness Book there to like verify what's happening.
Very true.
So that'll be interesting. And I know that there's a pretty hefty price tag for that. So he was talking to me about how much that would cost, and like it's something he really wants to do. And then he wants to break the record too. I think he needs like 600 people participating, which should be easy to do. Like if we're able to get, you know, around the country, people meeting up and like streaming in, it'd be super.
Is that
super
part
cool.
of the record? 48 hours and 600 people?
I don't know if the 600 is part. I think the 600 is just a record for a Hex conference or meetup.
Oh, okay.
So I think that's that number, but I think the 48 hours is the live stream Guinness Book record. So, but
that's an easy way to make news. You know, I mean, you got a Guinness Book of World. I mean, like newspapers around the country or just different publications, they're always looking for reasons to write about something. And I think I don't know if we as a community think about this enough, but it's like if you reach out to your local news folks in the recovery field, I do this a lot. Like, you know, if there's a new treatment center that opens, or if there's, you know, someone that had an incredible story of recovery getting sober, you know, it's like you let them know, and they might not publish it right then and there, but when they have a dead day or a dead week, they're like, oh shoot, like, or it just happens to be relevant at the time. Like, you know, a celebrity gets sober, or like, let's say live streaming comes up or something happens. I'm like, oh, speaking of live stream, the new world record was set for, you know, longest live stream. And so it's always worth us to reach out to press, you know what I mean? And
absolutely
get coverage.
Because I mean, think about it. It's like if he does this thing and he gets people to commit to doing like these little mini meetups all over the country, and then each of those places get their local news to come and like, you know, report on it. It's like, that's great. And it's like, and I mean, that's the whole thing is like about, you know, DeFi and the Richard Hart philosophy around, you know, changing the money is like, it's a grassroots movement, right? It's like, you know, we're trying to take the power away from the powers that be and bring it back to the people. So, you know, if you have that like in real time with real people, you know, it's not a bot army. If you've got, you know, 20 people in Columbus and 50 people in LA or whatever, and then you're pinging back and forth to all these people showing it's, I mean, this is a super gay example, but it's like the my fiance would make me watch like The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, which is just like total
I've gotten
reality
stuck on
TV
those
garbage
before, dude.
It's like such a just dumpster fire. But I mean, it's kind of entertaining, not gonna lie. But not
Oh no,
something I
you
would
get
typically
hooked,
choose.
dude. I had to do
You
the
can get
same
hooked.
thing. You get hooked.
Yeah, you get roped in. But the thing is like people
Yeah.
have parties all over the country. They have watch parties, and they'll get together every week to watch The Bachelor. And then The Bachelor, when they're doing like their little reunion show or whatever, they'll throw to those parties, and they'll be like, "Hey, we've got somebody live at such and or wherever," and it's like this is the group of idiots watching The Bachelor together. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Listen, down here in Salt Lake, there was for the Bachelorette. It was like the 2 final contestants, and it was around the Olympics time, like 2002, and they held at the biggest club that they had here in Salt Lake. They held an event where the 2 contestants who were going to find out. Well, they already knew obviously because they were the people, but it was the first time it was going to be streamed live it was the first time it was going to come on. They did a watch party, and they probably had like almost 1,000 people at the club just for that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
right.
Like just for unveiling what it already happened. So I think we could hit it hard. We got the best streaming community in all of crypto, that's for sure.
We got a
Absolutely.
large community in New Zealand, Australia. Take up hours that are not.
That's true.
Right.
Going. Yeah.
Well, that's how I ended up with Hex Tangent, and it's like I had to go to bed because I had to had a Zoom call scheduled with Feeder the next morning for some validator
You stayed on
questions.
longer than, dude. I was on there 8 hours, and you stayed.
Yeah,
on
you
longer
were on
than
there
me.
with us for a little bit, yeah, and then you were
you were on there for a bit, dude.
I was falling asleep, man. Yeah, Toby
And then-
stayed for another like several hours.
I was like 8.5 hours with Tangent, but he was just so fucking funny, and like we were clicking and like making each other laugh, and we were coming up with all these shitcoin ideas, and it was just we had a ball with it, and we sprinkled in a fair amount of alpha too, so it wasn't just total fuckery. It was
he
like
calls everybody an anon.
An anon, yeah.
Anons.
So, yeah,
Anons.
Dude, that's awesome. Yeah, that's a super cool idea. Is he planning on paying for the thing, or is he trying to crowdsource it? Do you know, or for the Guinness Book of Records? Do you know the plan?
Well, I know like the other meetup, I think like the Vegas meetup was like $369 a ticket or something. So he was wanting to do something considerably cheaper. And I mean, I'm talking like way cheaper. So
like
that way it's not a barrier. Yeah, right.
$3.69.
$3.69. Maybe. I don't know. But it's like
buy 3, get 69 free.
Yeah, something like that, right?
That sounds vulgar.
Yeah, I think that's a Miami thing, but I don't know. But
I mean, hey, if we were able to pull it off, man,
it'd be cool. So I don't know. Stay tuned. But he's on his way to Italy right now. He and his girl are going on vacation for a bit. So I'm sure that he'll be. I mean, Maddie's relentless. Maddie. So it's like I'm sure we'll be doing our normal Tuesday night game theory gang. Even if he's in Italy, he'll figure out a way to do it. And then he's got
of course.
His
Well, yeah, he doesn't want to break his streak. He's got a streak going, right? Of consistent weeks streamed.
Yep. Talk about consistent, dude. It's like 160 some weeks or something, like without missing a stream. I think on
that's
Thursday.
Impressive, dude. 3 years.
Maybe Tuesday and Thursdays. Yeah, it's like over 2 years. Yeah, it's like almost 3, I think.
He even got in a car wreck that got totaled, and he's still streaming.
And still, he's insane, dude.
So you're saying we're catching up quick?
Yep.
We're on 3. No, not even 1.
Hey, don't forget to subscribe. We're trying to rebuild our channel.
Yes.
Yeah. Shout out to the original channel. And hey, now that we've got X-Ray on, don't we get to blame X-Ray for the channel getting deleted, guys? I think we get to blame X-Ray for trying to help us out and not telling us that it was a daughter channel.
Oh.
Yeah, I take full responsibility for the scavenger hunt going awry. And just making your old channel. That was no good deed goes unpunished.
That's
seriously.
I think it was all my fault because I had no idea you couldn't have 2 channels under the same email, both with AdSense. Who knew? Except for YouTube, who didn't tell anybody.
Hex Hodl.
We know now.
Yeah.
Hex Hodl timed out Toxic earlier, and he said it was his first time using a wrench, and he did not time him out. He banned him.
Whoa.
Well, did you go in and he was just in chat earlier though. How did you get him? I didn't unban him.
No, he banned him today.
Oh, so he's okay. I'll have to go in the channel settings and find him. And he's in there with all the Nazi this and Baby Smashers and all those people that are banned.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, those names that get the blackballed list, which is funny because you can still see them all in there. Everyone you've banned. It's kind of amusing.
A who's who of dipshits.
Yes.
But wait, you're saying you can still see it from the previous channel, or you're saying you can still see it just from ever since the inception of this channel?
Oh, this channel. So if one of the moderators bans like Toxic instead of just timing him out,
Right.
I can go into the channel settings and see that list of names on the ban list
Right.
and take them off of it.
Yeah. I don't know, Hexado.
That's crazy.
It looks like because that was much longer than 5 minutes ago, and I hear him kicking at the cage, rattling, pissed he can't get.
Yes. So I think most people in the chat are regulars, but if you're newish, Toxic Hexhog, excuse me,
Get it right.
is see, this is what happens when the chat moves on you. Did you see what just happened? Oh my
I can't
gosh.
see it.
I just
see it.
just hit X-ray. Okay, so I went to make him a moderator, and that moved.
You're fired.
You're fired. You're fired. So now he's a moderator that's hidden in chat. Sorry, Hexray. I'll fix that. So, anyways,
Excellent.
So Toxic is a troll, and he is our troll. He is ours. So if you see Toxic, he will not be a moderator. Time him out. Do not ban him. Do not ban him, because then we can't get him out of YouTube jail till later.
Yes, Sandy. That was a
Speaking
rookie
of-
wrench move.
Speaking of world records, we might have the Guinness Book of World Records of the largest wrench to non-wrench subscriber count in YouTube history.
Hey, I will
Right.
die on this hill. You guys tell me, what was it, a year ago we made the other channel? We had wrenches for everybody.
Yeah.
And how often did we ever have any issues?
Oh, it never.
We had a couple of the free cam show bullcrap things come in a couple times, and they got smashed.
A wrench,
Yeah.
a wrench society is a polite society.
That's right.
It's just like
Everybody's
a real
carrying-
society.
I'm looking to add our banner. Where's our banner across the bottom? Is it not in this account?
We never created it for this StreamYard. This is a different StreamYard because I
Fat fingered
paid
it.
for it. Well, I subscribed to StreamYard for a year, but I did it on the wrong account. I didn't do it on the other account by accident.
Fat
So.
fingered it.
Yeah,
What are you trying to say, man? So I got a
saw-
soccer ball head and I got fat. What are you guys trying to say, man? God.
No comment.
Oh, God. You even told me. God. I've met everyone.
Look, I'm the guy that told you I thought you were 320 pounds. So it's
That's
like,
true.
I know.
Thanks for telling
Dang.
me.
I still feel
Thanks.
horrible about it. Just for the record, he was sitting down in my car next to me, and we were talking about health and whatever. And he goes, how heavy do you think I am? And I'm like, trying to size him. I'm like, I don't know, 320, because it's like he's a pretty broad guy.
God.
And
I
it's
was
like-
jumped out of his convertible right there.
Dude, it was like a
Just like, end
like
it now.
80-pound overstatement, probably. I'm like,
Yeah,
sorry.
I was like, wow, no.
I'm sorry.
Like
He
maybe if I
cried
was
a little.
6'1",
I was like, man. I was before we even got where we were going. I was already like Googling like Nutrisystems.
Juice, man. Juice.
I was
Get a juicer.
ordering new ladders at work with a higher capacity.
Right. So hey, everybody
Anyway,
in chat. I know
that's
there's only
funny.
like we're up to 19 watching, so that's good. But everybody, be sure to smash the like and share it out on your socials. Because we're trying to rebuild Craig's channel. He had a pretty good, sizable following, and then
don't know where
YouTube pulled a fast one on him, and he can't get back into his channel, which sucks. So we're
mean,
trying
we were over
to
1,000.
rebuild from scratch.
I think
Yeah.
we were close to 1,100 or something. I don't know. I mean,
yeah, monetized and everything.
Monetized and all. Now, who
I'm
got
not-
that? Does YouTube just keep that?
I keep getting messages all the time that there's like $500 or $600 in my account that they want me to. They're like, hey, don't forget to take your money out. Hey, don't forget about your money. It's like I can't get it because you won't let me.
See, that's man. They've got to have a huge fund. It's almost like the stuff at least here in Utah. I'm sure it's everywhere, but they send out or they have it listed in a paper or somewhere where it's like unclaimed assets.
Yeah.
It's like you'd think YouTube's got millions of dollars in unclaimed assets from fast ones they pulled on people, And it's like, I mean, it would be excellent to be able to find a way to get that, especially with the market where it's at. You know, drop that bad boy in and watch that be able to fund the channel for the rest of its life.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
once the bull market
I
comes.
still think there's a way to get the old channel back. There can't not be.
I can't imagine.
Well,
was
especially if
told
they're
like
setting notifications.
I was
it's not
told
like
by
it was.
somebody.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was told by somebody on Twitter that's on the Twitter, YouTube or Google person's Twitter account that I talked to, said that once you delete it, if I delete it myself, there's no bringing it back. But that money's still sitting in some account somewhere, so I'm going to try again. Maybe I can find a customer service.
So did you delete the channel?
I deleted the old channel.
He deleted the parent of the.
I deleted
account.
my first channel, which had nothing to do with crypto, but it had the same email created, the GenHex channel, and as soon as I deleted it, GenHex channel went just gone.
Shit.
Which is so crazy. You can't have two YouTube accounts based off that email. I mean, so it deletes your entire email, every account associated with your email, period.
I can't log in with that email anymore. Yeah.
By the way, I dislike YouTube's system. I dislike Google's system in that sense. It's like, you know, I might have a Gmail account where I want my name to be one thing, and then I want my YouTube account to say to have the channel name be different. But then you'll send someone an email from that, and it'll use your channel name, and it's like, whoa, I'm not. If I'm sending a professional email, I don't want it to say Hexiest Man in the World. You know what I mean? Like, I want it to say my name.
That's the interesting.
You know, it's so weird the way they do it.
That's the interesting thing is that Gmail account still works. I still use that Gmail account, but the YouTube channels that were created with that email are all gone, and I can't log in with those anymore. It just says this account does not exist, and there's no recovery option. So,
well, there's no front end recovery option on the web page, but I'm sure there's a way to get it back.
Well, if you drive, I know this. I've seen people that have gotten their channels deleted. Now, I don't know if it was, and I hear what Craig's saying by hitting it himself hitting the delete button. However, I know people that have gotten their stuff deleted. It might be from a different cause, but they've actually driven up to YouTube and, you know, put pressure on them in person and actually been able to get some results, as opposed to, you know, getting lost in the sea of emails, unless you're generating a lot of money for YouTube. Although, I mean, we were getting lots of watch hours where it wasn't negligible. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like, and they get half that super chat money. So, you know, it's something. It's like, guys, you would think that you're aligned at least somewhat to keep this going.
Now I'm wondering, do I cut a soccer ball in half, put it over my head, get a tie-dye shirt, rip the sleeves off, put some lipstick on, and go up to YouTube's headquarters and stand there with a sign?
Yes.
I don't know, man. That might be. I don't know that you're going to be.
I have to get their attention,
received.
Toby.
You might go viral, dude. Wear like a pink netted tank top, like, you know, fishnet tank top, Craig.
From the 80s?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Toby, you have to encourage this.
And they'll be like, sir. And I'll be like,
flag.
it is ma'am. It is ma'am.
Exactly. Oh, dude, they will help you out in a second, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
If you show that, they will happily help you out. You just got to show them you line with their politics, and you'll be solid.
Yeah, just say your pronouns are you and tube.
There you go.
Bingo.
I
That'll be a first.
I don't see a problem with this plan at all. It seems flawless.
There's no way it can go sideways.
And we can
solid
stream
to
it.
me. I mean,
We can stream it while we're doing it.
At a minimum, it gets a viral. It's an opportunity to go viral.
Who wants to go? They're like, security, there's a 320-pound person
Soccer ball.
out here with a soccer ball on their head.
320.
And they're like, are you sure he's 320? It's ma'am, not. Are you sure the ma'am is 320?
Yeah, you sure that ma'am's 320? It's ma'am.
Yeah.
Where is YouTube headquarters?
Probably Silicon
It's
Valley.
it's in Bay Area. Or I want to say Bay Area, although I would think, and I think they've got one in LA, unless I'm tripping. I know it was Cali for sure.
I mean, we have them here in town. We have Facebook, we have Amazon, and we have Google. They have server farms here, whatever you call them.
Right.
They build giant buildings here. I can go stand in front of that That one.
That's where they store. That's where they store the channels that are deleted. That's where they keep the. That's where
maybe
they keep
I
the
can
data.
ask if I can come visit my channel. Maybe they could take me down the right row. It's alphabetical, and they can find it. And my little channel is just
Exactly, dude.
Wearing an orange jumper that says Google on the back of it. Huh?
Exactly.
If it's in LA, you could send Briz there.
Yeah,
Briz
since Briz killed the live stream record that Maddie was going, I think that's the least he can do for the community is help us get our stuff out.
Oh, that was, I felt.
Come on, man.
That's what Tin Top did that time too.
Yeah, our first stream, I think, right?
He was so tired, he went to leave and he closed the channel on his way out.
End broadcast.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. What have you guys been up to? Hexray, I haven't talked to you for a while, man. You still streaming? What have you been doing?
I took some personal time to take care of some life issues that I've been dealing with, and so I stepped away. I had the support of a lot of wonderful people in the community while I was out, and now I have no clue what's going on with the farming, the incentive token. But all I know is that Pulse launched. I shaved my beard. I jumped on stream and shaved my beard and like held it together emotionally. And
you did it on stream?
Yeah. So I have a little short stream of just me taking the Osama bin Laden to, a shorter one. But I do. I'm going to grow this back. I would like to say I took credit on that stream. The length of my beard when I was talking to Richard is the exact length that the beard was when Pulse launched. When
he said, "How long is it going to be, Richard?"
Yeah, I stopped right there, and that's exactly how long the beard was. And then I had to keep the beard until I could get back on stream, which was, almost 3 weeks, a month. So I was just growing this long. Everyone thought I was like, selling arms in the Middle East or something like that. Or they'd come up and give me things on the street. If you have some interesting stuff of my project that we've been working on, we have actually received finished code, but we've paused everything on anti-gravity right now because everyone is broke, including myself. Like I look at my pile of crypto, I look at the slippage, I look at the liquidity, and I'm like, not today, Satan. Not today. So I'm probably gonna get a job doing DoorDash or Uber Eats or something like that, just to pay the bills, so I don't have to sell anything right now. And just keep putting one foot in front of the other, one day at a time, like it says under Hexiast's thing. It's just one day at a time.
Amen.
So yeah,
well, good to see you, man. I know right about the time that channel got deleted and all this stuff, and then you were trying to help us get the new one going and different stuff, and then I just got burnt out. I mean, I guess the whole YouTube channel getting not being able to get it back and stuff was just like the straw on the camel's back. I'm like, I need a break, man. And then there was like the Maddie's Hex. Oh, the big Hex expedition thing that happened, and then it was Christmas, and then all this different stuff going on. And it just was so easy to just be like, okay, not this weekend. And then you turn around, it's been a month. And then Toby came to Columbus, and me and him went to a concert, and he was asking if I was going to stream again, and then he said he'd come on. So he he encouraged me to get back on the horse. So, and then of course, a couple weeks after we started, I was on call again. So that didn't help the momentum, but we're here today.
Your
one
phone
day at a
doesn't
time,
have
baby.
the ability to stream the way Hexies does.
What's
Say that again?
You could have streamed while on call at work.
Actually, you're right. I
Yeah.
could have streamed because I was on the roof. Remember, I messaged you guys, and I said I'm on a roof right now, and I could have been streaming. We could have done a show from my phone. I think about that next time.
Now, I actually made some friends in Ohio that are begging me to come out to Ohio. So knowing that you guys are already there and that this thing may be going down in August, that sounds like a pretty good excuse.
Come on, man.
To come out there.
I don't know if Toby. I don't know if Toby will be here or not. He might end up being somewhere else if they're doing it all over the place. But I'm down for it. I'll put on something here in Columbus, and then the more the merrier. Sandy Beach, you better come down. Find out where you're at.
How far is Columbus from Cleveland? 2 hours?
Couple hours.
That's no big deal. I mean, if once you cross the country, 2 hours is nothing.
It might actually even be less than 2 hours. Depends on. I can't remember. I don't think I've ever made the trip from Columbus to Cleveland. I made it to Cleveland from other places in the state, but I can't imagine it being more than 2 hours.
Well, that's when the heat out here is getting pretty rough. Might be time for a drive north.
There you go. Come on up, man.
Yeah. Now,
Make a
with
thing of it.
Everyone calling you soccer ball head and fat fingers, I figured, I think that we owe it to you to get some good morning affirmations for you to say in the mirror.
Yeah.
Because I want you to have the healthiest self-esteem possible.
Thanks, man.
Like Stuart
Craig,
Smalley.
Let's start with this one. I just want you to look in the camera and say, "My feelings matter." Go ahead, just try it on.
Can you zoom in, Craig?
There you go.
You really want a tight shot of that.
My feelings matter, and DB's comments in the chats do not matter. There, I do not have a soccer.
There you go.
There you
And
go.
then another one is
I
like,
might have a
I'm good
Wilson
enough.
softball head. Volleyball
There
head.
it is.
Yeah. How about just
and now there you go. Go ahead, Hexray.
just I am enough. I am enough.
I am enough.
You are enough. That's great. See?
See, I want you to look in the mirror every morning and say Johnny Chaos 3 times.
Because he will show up. Johnny
He will show
Chaos
up.
will, if we talk about Johnny Chaos and say his name enough, he will pop up in chat. He usually does.
Hexiest man right now is doing DoorDash. He's picking up something at McDonald's and he's running up to an apartment.
I wish it were income, dude. I just so the Jeep. I mean, I've got a few vehicles, and this one is the one I drive the most. And this one, the other day, about 3 weeks ago, Brian, you'll love this. So about 6 months ago, I noticed that I was leaking some fluid, and I'm just like, probably nothing. Probably just AC. Probably just water from the air conditioner during the winter. And I didn't really address it. Next thing you know, I'm going to this golf tournament, and my engine starts going all the way towards hot. Like it gets past that 50% between cool and hot, and I'm like,
oh,
this ain't right. And so I took it in, and they're like, oh yeah, it looks like you had a cracked radiator, which ended up. And this Jeep's got 65,000 miles on it, and they're like, yeah, and it looks like it warped your head gaskets, so we need to replace the head gaskets. And one would think that should be covered under warranty. Well,
No,
it is, but I bought this Jeep from Canada, and Canadian warranties don't transfer to the United States, even if done at a Jeep dealership, which makes no sense to me. So it was a $6,000 day. So I wish I should be door dashing.
Just to be clear, you didn't warp your head gasket. You warped your head.
Okay, warp the head. See, I don't know much about vehicles at all, man. I just know that I need to learn more because I like getting them and building them and adding cool things to them. But
here's the first thing: when fluids are leaking out of them, stop driving.
Give us the drive-by camera shot of the Jeep.
Yeah, let me check it out, man.
Here it is. Can you see it? It's the most armored
cool.
Jeep. This side of the 40-inch tires, 1550s.
Nice.
Yeah, the thing's fully armored, so you can kick it. You can do whatever you want to the whole thing.
It's Batman's Jeep.
It's the Batmobile. That's what I call it.
It's literally the Batmobile.
It's the zombie apocalypse Jeep.
Mileage?
That's awesome.
The thing's huge, and then
What
it's
do you got
got
like 9 miles a gallon.
oh yeah, like 12. Then oh, hold on. I just
Fat finger.
see that on the license plate. I guess I'm doxing myself
Nice.
here, but representing the
Nice.
representing on the license plate.
Sweet.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's the Jeep. But now that it's the bear market, I'm like, I should sell some of these things that are just costing money and put them in the bear
Right.
market. You know?
Good time to downsize. That's for sure. It's like I got a ton of stuff in my garage. We're looking at doing a big garage sale later this summer to just turn it into money. You know, it's just junk.
You know
taking
what
up
they
space and
say.
not using it.
Absolutely.
You know what they say? God save the Queen.
Right.
Man. God save the Queen, man.
Well, So speaking of the market, guys, what's your guys' take on things? Because I've been watching Somi a lot, or Somi, however you say it,
Our
and
friend
it's
Sami.
so interesting how. Oh,
He's
I love him,
hilarious.
dude. He's definitely my friend. And when he called that Hex had its low on day 33, and then 2 days ago he's like, this could be Hex's low, day 33. And he'd been calling it for like a week or two, and sure enough, like yesterday it ends up jumping up 20-something%, and Hex on ETH versus Hex on Pulse went up 80-something%. You know what I mean? Which was wild. And so, do you guys think that was the low, or do you think we're going to see lower lows?
Man, it's hard to say. It's like, I mean, it's all about, you know, broader markets are obviously a major factor in what's going on there. But, you know, I mean, as far as just straight up TA goes, it looks like a really solid bottom in my opinion. I mean, I'm not saying it couldn't go lower and we could reject, but I mean, that's a pretty sizable pump. And I mean, like from the low to the intraday high today, I mean, I think it was like an 89% pump in like a week. So, you know, whenever you have a move like that, it's generally good to have a cooling off period. You don't want to go straight up, you know. So it's like, although that sounds good, it's like realistically you want it to kind of be a stair-step progression. So, you know, we've got a little bit of a pullback now going on, but still we're at a penny, you know, on EHEX. And, you know, I mean, I think everything is kind of, you know, we've shaken out a lot of weak hands. I think there's probably good. I mean, we're closer to good news than we were yesterday, right? Because it's like Richard's bound to stream. My opinion is like, why would he stream now, right? It's like he wants to stream when he's got something to brag about. You know, maybe when the new functionality of Pulse X comes online, you know, he's got to be able to flex and have a reason to light those green candles again, right? It's like he's.
What is that going to be? That new functionality?
I don't know. I mean, I've heard it's close, you know. I mean, I would expect maybe within a month. But you know, I mean, all kinds of new cool shit's happening. Like, you know, Pulse Burns got their own ramp. OX, oh, this cutie.
Oh, dude, look how long his hair is, man.
He's huge, dude. He's gigantic. We just finished the move, so I know. Sorry, guys, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good.
I haven't seen him in a long time. Look how long his hair is. It's crazy.
Yeah,
he's huge.
Cute kid. But yeah, I mean, it's like, it's one of those things too, where it's like, it's been so long since he streamed. It's like the pressure is almost on more, you know? So it's gotta be significant enough for him to stream. It can't just be like a bwamp bwamp, you know? I mean, we got our little 13-second video, you know? I mean, that was something. But I mean, if he's going to come back, it's going to be, you know, guns blazing and like a reason. So I think we might be a little ways off on that, but you never know. It's like there could be something, you know, that causes people to start aping in. I mean, you know, the biggest whale probably hasn't even heard of Hex and Pulse Chain yet. So, you know, when those people, and when those people see that the opportunity that's obviously there, you know, and with the liquidity, you know, where it's at, it's like things could get crazy fast. And I mean, we were talking earlier about DCA. And, you know, kind of having regrets looking back and like, oh, man, I would have bought here instead of there, whatever. Here's the deal. The worst scenario is not being in. Now, I'm not saying being all in. You know, I always have a little bit of dry powder to buy crazy dips, and I'll set my limit orders, and I'll cross my fingers, and I got my Hail Mary plays out there, right? And if it dips, and I've caught some great ones doing that. But if you look at the history of Bitcoin, I think it's like 10 days per cycle. So not per year, but like per cycle. If you are not in during those 10 days, you've missed like 90% of the price appreciation. Think about that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because when it rips, it rips. You know, I mean, we all know this, but there's that thing. It's like, I mean, and I mean, luckily I got it to fill, and you know, I mean, I'm kind of glad that things played out the way they did. But back in January, I had limit orders set at 007 because I saw that as support. I thought, man, you know, maybe we'll get there. It's like, I don't think we're going to dip that hard. I don't know how we could because we're getting really good support here, but I'm going to throw a limit order down there. And it was not a small one. It was 5 figures. And it's like, and it didn't dip. It didn't dip that far. I'm like, fuck. And then it ran to 12 cents. And I'm like, man, it's like, really, bro? It's like I could have just bought in at like $0.015 and like watched it run to 12 cents. Even if I'm not liquidating, still to just, you know, watch it grow from where my entry was. And then, you know, this time around, it's like, you know, I kept refreshing that limit order. And now on Matcha, it's like you can do, it's like I didn't, you know, I'd have to go back every 7 days. I'd be setting reminders on my phone. Like, okay, go refresh that limit order. And then sometimes I'd forget, and then the dip would happen, and I'd fucking miss it. Well, now you can do limit orders for 30 days, which is awesome. So then you can kind of set it and forget it. And when we got that big dip, you know, with the buck fiat candle, it's like my 007 order filled. It actually filled at 666, which is, you know, deliciously evil. But yeah, but that's the thing, dude. It's like, I mean, I'm always buying, and it's like, you know, people blow me shit. It's like, man, you bought at 7 cents. I'm like, yeah, I did, because at that point, that was the dip, bro. So sorry. And then I bought it 4 cents, and then I bought it 2.5 cents, and then I bought it 1.50, and now I bought sub penny. And overall, that's gonna work, right? It's like, that's, you know, in my opinion. I mean, not financial advice. I don't have a crystal ball. I'm just some talking head on the internet. Not a professional financial person by any means. However, you know, my history has played out pretty well with the style that I use to DCAN. So to each their own. You know, if you're waiting for the dip and it never comes, imagine what that feels like when we rip 500% or something. So, you know, I'm always encouraging people, you know, to be in, right? You know, and just like be selective with when you buy, have a little bit of dry powder left over. And of course, if you're still out there making income of some sort, it's like, it's great. I mean, I know people now that are looking at, you know, picking up extra jobs and whatever to buy the dip, or selling vehicles, or selling, you know, me, I'm going to do a garage sale, because it's like, you know, every little bit helps. And it's like, if it's dormant capital basically tied up in bullshit in my garage, why not get rid of that, unburden myself, and turn it into real money?
Like the Dave Ramsey stuff. You know, Dave Ramsey talks about these people that are flooded in debt, but sometimes you have stuff sitting around that if you've moved the last 2 times and you have stuff in a box that never came out of the box, unless it's like your mom's photo albums or something, right? Maybe have a yard sale.
Was mom hot? Those might be worth some money.
400 or 500. You must have some old baseball cards or something that somebody will pay for. What did you say?
I said, was your mom hot? It could be worth some money.
Yeah, not those photos.
Oh. No, there's nothing like that.
What about photos of you in the
man? I feel so good about myself. I'm so glad we did this. You guys have any vintage soccer balls you can sell in the yard sale?
Oh, poor guy.
How about some sausage finger gloves?
What is this?
Poor Craig's gonna cry. He's gonna cry himself to sleep tonight on his gigantic pillow.
What is this I'm hearing about? Cream-colored pear and candy-striped pear?
I don't know what she's talking about, man. She is troll. I don't think she understands.
I don't know, but I like this person.
Is she talking about
great.
putting
Thanks,
on your big boy
DB.
panties?
Thanks, DB. Just sweep in here and turn all my friends against me in one chat session. Appreciate you.
Toby, have you tried using CowSwap yet to set limit orders?
Do you know, I haven't messed with CowSwap. Motley was telling me about CowSwap and how he really liked it, but I haven't messed with it at all.
You can set stuff. First of all, it doesn't cost money to set or cancel orders.
Right.
And then,
or cancel. It doesn't cost to cancel? Really?
No.
That's cool.
No, I'm pretty sure it doesn't. And you can set it out months, 6 months, a year in advance. And just let it sit for a long time. The other cool thing is that it doesn't require Ethereum. So it'll take whatever coin you've got. It'll take your hex, and in the background, it'll liquidate your hex, change it to Ethereum, pay the fees for you. So you're not always shoveling 10, 20, $50 of ETH between your accounts. And
well, Matcha does that now. I mean, they've upped it to 30 days, and then they also have, it's like called like Matcha Auto or something. So it can sell whatever you're buying, you know, to offset the fee, which sometimes is good. And I mean, I've looked at it, and it's like, you know, the ETH fee for it might be $5, and then if you're doing it with Hex, it's like 12. You know, so it's like, maybe, I don't know. But I see what you're saying. It's like that way you don't have that fear of like, oh shit, I got to move some ETH around because, you know, I don't have it in that wallet or whatever. But yeah, that's cool. It's like I'll have to maybe dig into that one a little more. I'm hoping we get limit orders on Pulse Chain soon. Because that would, I mean, especially like having played around with PulseX a lot, going back to Matcha, even with like the new Matcha update, it just seems so clunky and antiquated and ugly. It's just like not cool. It's like PulseX is, I love it, you know? And hey, something to be aware of too. I know that they're doing, like Richard's working on auto routing, but for now, that's not in place. So like I was going in the other day to deploy the last bits of my dry powder, and even for like things like eHex and pHex and PulseX and Ink even, if you weren't paying attention to whether you were on V1 or V2, the price difference was significant. So, pay attention to that V1, V2 thing when you're making swaps, because it's like you could end up getting way more for your money if you're on the one with the better liquidity. Craig's shaking his head again.
No, I'm just, it's karma. Karma is
it
paying me back.
There's so
for
many
mistakes I
hidden
made 30 years
conversations
ago.
going on right now.
I made
Is there a statute of limitation on karma though?
Apparently
really?
not. Apparently I made some dumb comments 30 years ago that I'm still paying for.
Yeah.
Yes.
Karma is generational.
I said I was sorry.
Well,
It's all balancing out.
It's definitely my chickens were coming home to roost, apparently. Woo.
I've got a couple other appointments I got to get to tonight. I want to say thanks for having me, guys.
You're always welcome, man.
That's right, man. Good to see you, bro.
Yeah, good to be on with you, bro.
I'll reach out sooner. I thought you guys were late because Hexius didn't send me the link for like an hour. So I was just sitting here fiddling around in the studio for an hour, and you guys were already on. So I was like, oh, man.
I thought I misunderstood. I thought you were physically with him.
So did I.
And I could have just sent you the link straight to your Twitter. And I apologize, man. I'll get you. I tell you what.
That's okay.
What I'm going to do, I don't know if you're planning on streaming on your own channel, whatever. But if we stream on Saturdays, I will include you in our group that I send the link to, whether you can make it or not.
Cool.
Yeah, definitely.
That would be absolutely great. If I ride shotgun with him in that Batmobile, I would have to go by Robin Vision.
You'd have to get those the blue, red, and yellow tights.
Yeah,
there you go.
I think I'd look pretty good in them. I've lost a little bit of weight lately, and I think some tight underwear would look good on the outside of my pants.
Here we go again. A lot of talk about underwear this week.
Tight and thick underwear.
Get a big Pulse logo right on the crotch.
That's a good place for the Pulse logo.
Just don't turn it sideways. It might look extra weird.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll catch you guys later.
Cool, man.
Take care, guys.
Good to be on with you. Take care.
Later.
We're almost at 2 hours anyway. Maybe we should start wrapping it up. And I think I think Superman might be streaming.
Yeah, he says he feels guilty watching us and Superman. I said, me too.
Maybe we should wrap it up. Anybody else have anything else to say except for DB?
Somebody was asking for some TA. I'm going to throw up my daily TA on Twitter after we get off stream. So I think we futzed around with the charts enough on here, and I don't want to put Craig to sleep right at the tail end.
No, so. I promise the yawns had nothing to do with the squiggly lines on the screen.
Brenton is the TA guy in our Discord.
Yeah, I saw him there. So right on. Yeah, my daily TA tweet will be coming out shortly. So keep an eye on that.
Awesome. And the folks from the Aussies and the Kiwis. I said it earlier, and I can't remember what I said. Is it Fist Jam?
What?
Yeah,
Fig Jam.
I saw you type that. What is that?
Yeah, Fig Jam. Is that a thing in Australia?
Fig Jam.
Fig Jam. Is that really a slang?
Like fig jelly?
No, Fig Jam is fuck I'm good, ask me why. Or just ask me. Wait. Fuck I'm good, just ask me. That's Fig Jam. Do people still say? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Brenton said it. Yeah.
Is that something people still say?
I do not know.
That's good.
Oh man, maybe we should have named it the Fig Jam channel. Anyways, unless you guys got anything else, say wrap it up. We could shoot for next Saturday again if you'd like.
Sure. Yeah, I should be available.
Try to line up.
Yep.
I need to talk to Axis because I've spoke to him. He did remind me that he owes us a stream. I was talking to him in Vegas, and
get Axis on here.
I'd love to get him on. I like that dude. He's smart, and he's a good guy.
Yep.
And we'll start getting guests. We'll start getting regular guests again. I just got to get back in the rhythm because
I actually might be on the road next week.
Okay.
My buddy's buying a piece of property up north, and I think it closes on Friday.
Okay.
Might go up there.
I should be around, but yeah, try to get Axis. And I mean, if Hexray and Hexius can come back on, it's a nice little crew.
Yeah, we still got John Boy too, so he can make it. Sometimes he works on the weekends. So, John, Crypto Compassion.
Yeah, he
All
was
right.
talking about bringing RH Max as well.
Bring them all, man. You know,
Yeah.
you guys know how it is here. Everybody's welcome. Unless your initials are DB. No, just kidding. No, DBs are even welcome as long as they.
I don't know what you're talking about. I think that DB was fine. Every comment
You
called
sure?
for. Yeah,
Everything they said was fine. Okay,
right on point.
It's tough love.
Man, I'm telling you, I probably deserve every comment, but it's still hard to take.
We should record the green room after this and just play that later.
No.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Brenton, we're gonna try to get back on the Saturday schedule again, buddy. Thanks for everybody hanging out, coming to see us. We know who our true pals are. There's Tin Top. What's up, bud?
Tin Top.
And the more we start streaming again, the more regular, the more we'll start coming back. I think a lot of people just it's a Saturday in the summertime, right? So people got stuff to do.
Yep.
Yeah, it just got the 100 degrees just hit Arizona.
Oof.
So
yeah, it's brutal.
Now we go in lockdown for.
It's really nice here. I ain't gonna lie. It stormed pretty bad. The other night was crappy, but today was
yes, you do.
High
Sandy.
70s.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day today. So yeah, next Saturday, man, it's like I should be available. So hit me with the link, and I'll be glad to join. It'd be great to be on with Axis because it's like
I'll see if I can. Yeah, last time I asked him, he was at a wedding in Mexico.
Got it.
His friend's wedding. I think that was him. I'll see if I can hit him up and see if he's got time next weekend.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man. Because it's like we've been on the same page with so much. It'd be nice to be on the stream with him to kind of bounce some stuff back and forth because he articulates things very, very well.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Cool.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Everybody have a good weekend. What's left of it, and I have to see. Do we have an outro?
Oh, I don't know.
I never loaded the outro, so
fat finger that one too.
Next week we'll have a super.
Ciao, folks.
Here's some music.
What?
Is it going? You can hear it. All right. Outro. All right. We'll see y'all.